Setting them kind of light. Not too light, but a little bit. There you go. He can't stand it, I'm telling you. If he comes in here, he's got to have it. We got plenty of bait. Well, as you can see, setting a couple of traps. I'm putting out a couple of dog-proof traps here, loaded with coon crack, little mini marshmallows. Put a bunch of corn out here on the ground. That feeder, it wants to hang up after a rain for some reason, so it probably hasn't put out for a few days. But I reach up in there and work it with my finger and get that valve working again, and usually it'll go back to working. So anyway, I threw a bunch of corn on the ground. So anything comes up in here, be tempted to hang around for a little while. I would put cameras closer to try to catch the action, but it's supposed to get down to in the 20s tonight, which is pretty darn chilly around these parts. And with the game cameras that I have, they're just standard game cameras, and they do not like real cold weather. And as luck would have it, I usually bring extra batteries with me so I can at least make sure the batteries are up to par. I've tried the lithiums and everything else, but in these just regular cameras, they just want to shut down when it gets really cold. And it's supposed to be in the 20s tonight, in the 20s tomorrow night. So anyway, I'm not expecting the camera to get anything. It's over there, but I'm not expecting it to get any of the action. So I'm not going to worry about trying to set cameras up close to the traps. Maybe next weekend, depending on how the trapping goes this week. I'm hoping to catch 2 or 3 raccoons tonight. As cold as it's supposed to get. They'll be out looking for a little something to eat, I think. So anyway, we got 2 traps set here. We're going to go down here to the other feeder, get some corn on the ground down there, and set one more dog-proof trap. And then I've got one of the have-a-heart style traps I'm going to set down there also for raccoons, and see if we can catch one in that. And then I got another smaller have-a-heart style trap. They come from Harbor Freight, so they're not actually have-a-heart traps, but they're the same style trap, wire traps, or a wire box trap if you want to call it that. I'm going to set the smaller one and try to, over here where I've seen a rabbit a few times, maybe I can catch a rabbit there, and then I'm going to set a rabbit box out here by my buddy's house, over here by his shop, because I see one there quite a bit. And we'll bait them up with some fresh apple. And maybe when we come back tomorrow, it's going to be really, really cold, but maybe when we come back, maybe we'll have a little bit of meat in the traps. Got a fella that takes the raccoons for meat. If you've watched any of my previous trapping videos, you've heard me say this, of course, same guy. So maybe we can catch him 2 or 3. And maybe we can catch old Danny 2 or 3 rabbits this year. Them wild cottontails are tasty. I really like rabbit, but the raccoon, I just soon give him to somebody. Anyway, let's go get the rest of them set. Alright, so we're set for the raccoons anyway. So I brought this have a heart style trap down here. I don't know how it's going to do just sitting out in the open like that. But I know a raccoon can't stand it when there's a marshmallow around. He's got to have it. So we'll see if one will go in there or not. I always try to, if I'm using these cage traps for raccoons, I always stake them down somehow, because that raccoon, once he gets in there and gets caught, he'll stick his arm out of the cage and he will dig and he'll dig and he'll dig, and he'll do the same thing on the other side. And if it ain't staked down or tied down somewhere, you're liable to find it over yonder in the woods somewhere 30-40 yards off. So I always try to put a stake in him. It holds him steady, and he ain't going nowhere once he gets in there. So the other ones are chained to the feeder, so they definitely are not going anywhere. So we'll be back here in the morning and we'll see if we got anything. So right now we're going to go, like I say, I got one more have a heart style trap I'm going to set up here on the way out for a rabbit. Hopefully for a rabbit, put an apple in that one. And then when I get out of the woods out here by my buddy's shop, I'm gonna set a box trap out there with an apple, and maybe come morning we'll have some meat. So I'm making this set right here because I can't count how many times I've come in here, in and out in the mornings or in the evening, at night, coming out of the woods back here and see a rabbit right along in this area somewhere. So we'll see what happens. So I've already done this one time. I forgot to hit record. So I got the box trap set right here just along this edge of the yard. Got my apple cut up, a few pieces spread out along here, a couple pieces up in the trap. Trap is set. So I see a rabbit along here a lot of times. Over the years I've seen a bunch of rabbits right here. So this should be a good spot to catch one. We'll see. Alright, well there you have it. We've got 3 dog-proof traps out, two cage traps, one for hopefully catching a raccoon, and one for hopefully catching a rabbit. And I've got a box trap set right here for hopefully a rabbit. And we'll be back in the morning to see how we've done. So y'all keep watching. We'll see what happens. Oh boy. Morning, folks. It's Saturday morning. I'm heading down here to check the traps. It's about 28, 29 degrees. It's around here, that's cold. In the morning it's going to be in the teens. So we're going to go down here and check traps, reset if necessary, and we'll go from there. It's cold. I'm going to have to put my gloves on. The steering wheel in this truck is frozen. So anyway, y'all keep watching. It might get interesting here in a minute or two. Well, it ain't looking too good so far this morning. I just came by the box trap set and it was still sitting there wide open. You never know about rabbits, because a rabbit find him a cozy spot and he liable to stay holed up for days. So I'm down here at the first raccoon set here at the feeder, and the first thing I saw when I rounded the corner was a squirrel jumping off the feeder and running off, so I knew there wasn't no raccoon here. Raccoon will kill a squirrel and eat him if he can catch him. But anyway, everything looks just about like I left it. Everything looks just like I left it. Ain't been no raccoons here. So I am going to put some fresh batteries in that camera right there, and we'll leave everything set for tonight and go from there. Well, set number 3 over here, it's been tripped by something, but there's nothing in it. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't have a camera here, so probably never going to know. We'll reset him and go on. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, you don't ever know what you're going to run into out here in the woods. You just don't ever know. So, got everything set up, as you saw. And I'm down here at the last site where I had the big cage trap right there. Well, it's been moved. It's been swung around, and something ate all them marshmallows that were in there. But there's still some laying on the ground, which is kind of suspicious. Well, over here where the dog-proof trap is, something has taken place here. It's tripped. It's bloody, which is unusual. And if I ain't mistaken, there might be a leg in it. So that would tell me one of two things has happened. Either the raccoon chewed its leg off, or possibly a coyote come up in here and found him, killed him, and took him out of there. And he may have chewed the leg off. I got no faith in that camera over there, that game camera, having any footage on it, but we'll check it and see. Maybe we'll look up. Well, that's what we got right there. That's just the way I come over here and found it. Well, there you have it, folks. That's all I got to show for let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 traps set last night. We got a raccoon running around here that either don't have, he's either limping around without a foot, or something got him. I hope it's the latter, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We're going to leave it just like it is and just rebait, because raccoons, they ain't scared of the smell or the taste of blood by any means. They are, people that don't know, raccoons are vicious predators. There, maybe that'll keep them from moving it around. All right, well, batteries were kind of weak in that one, so I ain't got no much hope of that one having anything on it either. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll be back in the morning. Maybe we'll have something. Folks, it's cold this morning. It's about 19 degrees out here. So we're heading down here. Check these traps one more time. If there's nothing that, well, whatever happens, I'm gonna pull the traps because I don't like to mess with them during the week. It's late when I get home in the evenings from work, and I don't have a lot of daylight left. I have other things I need to tend to when I get home, so I generally don't trap during the week. I just set them on the weekends and go from just do what I can do, because I'm not trying to catch a bunch of critters. I just like to take out anywhere from 2 to 4 raccoons a year off of that property, keep them out, try to keep them pretty much under control, not trying to wipe them out, but they sure can create a lot of damage to the feeders and everything else, not to mention all the turkey eggs that they'll destroy and the other critters that they'll kill if they can get a hold of them. And got somebody to eat some, so anyway, I'd really like to catch a rabbit or two before the season's out. We got about 5 more weeks of trapping season, so hopefully I can catch a rabbit or two. I like that cottontail, it's tasty. So anyway, we'll see what's going on down here. Well, I just come by the box trap, and it's the same as yesterday, sitting there wide open. Bait still laid on the ground, ain't been nothing by that. And I'm over here at set number 2 with the dog-proof traps at the feeder. And the ground is tore all to pieces from the deer, but the marshmallows are still on the ground and the traps are undisturbed, so there haven't been any raccoons over here, because something would have happened if one had come in here. They can't leave it alone if they come on the marshmallows. So this set right here probably still be okay for we'll come back in here next weekend if the weather permits, and we'll reset. But right now I'm gonna pull the traps. I'll probably just trip them and leave the bait in them. They'll come up here and dig it out. They'll feel secure about it, and they'll come back looking again. So, and we'll catch him that next time. So that's the plan. But all right, so we're back over here at the last set, and lo and behold, we got us a raccoon over here. And he's laying down trying to act like can't nobody see him or her. The other trap looks like it's still wide open, so we've got 1 raccoon. That's what we got today. So remember, let me turn this around here, might get a little more light. So remember now, this trap right here is the one I took the foot out of yesterday. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't clean it up or anything. I just rebaited it and set it up. And here we got a raccoon sitting right there this morning. And it looks like a hoss. Of course, we'll see. It's not a happy critter right now. But we're gonna get him disposed of and get that other trap, put it in the truck, and get on with it. That's not a happy dude right there. He would eat you up if you went over there and tried to touch him. Alright, well, so we got us a right nice male coon here, boy. He ain't big as some of them I've caught in here, but he's grown. Yep, so alright folks, so there you have it. 2 nights of trapping, got 1 raccoon, lost 1. I still think that probably, given what I saw when I got here yesterday, I'm thinking that that raccoon that I caught night before last more than likely got taken out of that trap by a coyote or something. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of coyote tracks right here yesterday. And something else that makes me feel that way is that that the cage trap over there, which had been moved, and most of the marshmallows eaten, but not all of them. So for some reason, if there was a raccoon over there, and I'm sure that there was, he didn't eat all the marshmallows, and they don't leave no marshmallows laying around unless something come up here and run him off. So I'm thinking it was probably more than 1 raccoon. And whatever came up in here and got the one I had in the trap, run the other one off. That's the scenario I think probably happened, but I won't ever know because the camera didn't catch any action. So at this point, it don't really matter. If there's a raccoon running around here with a foot missing, sooner or later he'll show up on one of the cameras and I'll know it. And if I get the chance to take him by some other means, I will. But personally, I'd be willing to bet that raccoon, his leg would heal up, and I'd be willing to bet that I can catch him in one of these traps right here because they ain't real bright. Not when it comes to these traps and these marshmallows. They ain't real bright. Not when you can catch them like this right here, 1 foot in each strap. But if I can remember to do it, I'll show you that. But as you can see, that greedy little thing, he's a good one, but he got caught in one and had to go after the other one. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching my videos, each and every one of you. I'm talking to you. Thank you for watching my videos, and until you see me in the next one, there you go.